Hey guys, welcome onto the shop. Today we have this hand plane right here that we are going to be restoring. This is a ton and well, it's just the ton plane, or the grooving plane I mean. You got your cutter right here and the skate right here in the middle. It has the movable fence, and it doesn't have nuts on this side to really lock down the whole system. And what you do is you end up taking your measurement off of, with like a ruler off of the side, and you just adjust it by these, and you just push this all the way over to the fence, and you use it that way instead of having a locking nut. So we're gonna go ahead and get these off, and this is in very good condition. This, I believe, is either a 1/4 or a 3/8 inch. Yeah, it's 3/8 inch blade on here, or iron. And as you can see, there is a little bit of damage on these threads right here, and we'll try to take a file with them to them and get those cleaned up as much as possible. Has a small maker's mark on it. There's the front of the plane, the Easterly company, and then we have the back of the plane, number 81. So we're going to try to take off the skate to begin with. Now after I've gotten it off of the wire wheel, it's cleaned it up really good for most of the rust. And we're just gonna go over with a piece of steel wool and go in the direction of the grain and just run it with some steel wool over the top of each piece. For the fence where it needs to get cleaned up, I'm just going to try to use some steel wool and just try to get it cleaned up that way. I don't want to take this off. Those little tiny screws would probably strip out, or they're stuck. So even though I don't want to, I'm going to go ahead and pop these screws out, because I've noticed there's a little slight kink in the end of this fence. And so what I'm doing right now is scraping out in between the little screwdriver slot, so I can actually get a screwdriver in there. So this piece right here is kind of bent. So I'm going to put it right on the corner where the bent part is, and I'm lowering this back half. And now it's flattened back out. So now we can go ahead and clean this up. So I'm going to start working on the threads, and I'm not going to be able to remake these. These are just gone, the ones that are damaged. So what I'm going to be doing is taking a triangular file and just running it in between the ones that are damaged, and just making sure that there's nothing sticking out into like the grooved part of the threads. and that'll make it so that the little nuts will go on there a lot easier. And it's mainly this top inside corner. It looks like something had been stored with it and just kind of chipped it up, chewed it up, something. These right here are two little pieces of leather that go underneath, and we'll go ahead and cut some new ones to put and take up that little space. As I'm getting these all cleaned up and sanded, I noticed that the two ends of these screws aren't even the same, which I wonder if at some point one of them was replaced, which one was original, or if they are, or if they were made together and the ends were just changed, because the pattern for these are the same on the bottom, except the top part is different. So I wonder if over time this just wore down. But this is like all circles leading up to the little tip, and this is all the same that comes off of here. So I've gotten all my pieces, or all the wooden pieces, cleaned with turpentine after I sanded them, and it really kind of absorbs all the sawdust that's off of them. I also try to blow them off a little bit, but the main thing I do is want to get the turpentine in there, and it helps kind of soak up some of that wood, because the turpentine will actually go into the wood a little bit better than the boiled linseed oil, and I find it's a really nice way to start the process. And I just get it wet, get everything soaked, let it somewhat dry, don't fully dry, and then I'll go ahead and get the boiled linseed oil and start coating everything. Now that we've gotten everything all soaked with the boiled linseed oil, I'm going to start reinstalling some stuff. I went ahead and added all of the screws on the front of this and just left them loose for the time being until I got them all in. And now I can go ahead and start putting some of these tight. You don't want to just put one in and then have the rest not be able to go in like they're supposed to. Alright, so here is the whole fence assembly reassembled. I went ahead and got some more material cut for the in-between place, and we're going to take these off real quick and get these slid back into the plain body. There's still a lot of oil on these threads, which is good. I wanted them to stay oiled up, and I've been coming in here, I've been taking breaks in between this and been putting more and more oil on here each time. go ahead and add these back on. So this little plow plane is going to get put on the shelf, and if I have a project, it's ready to go now. I really enjoyed this one. I think it turned out great. The color of it's really nice. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button. If you guys have any questions, comments, leave them in the section down below. If you guys are new, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys on the next one.